Hey, it's Kayla, and I have an unrecognized addiction. The type of addiction was coined by a psychiatrist called Kenneth Tullis, and he also self identified with this addiction as well. And I don't think it's largely convenient for the mental health field to really acknowledge. So, people have brought it to their attention, and they didn't. They tend to lump people who want to unalive into more extreme mood mood states, or another big one is BPD, and a lot of that I think has to do with just their convenient narrative that they talk about, along with profit. A lot of medicating has to do with these types of more extreme states, and also too with BPD there's treatment centers, so there's no specific psych drug that's on label for them, but also they have treatment centers which break in a lot of cash. So yeah, but yeah, it's there are other aspects that they don't like to talk about because it goes against their narrative. Could show how what they're doing is harmful in many ways, and also a lot of the ways where they profit wouldn't be conducive to that. So the number one reason is feeling trapped, which the system traps people and takes away a lot of their agency. So it's really harmful in many ways, but yeah, I had to start over a couple times because I know they don't. People say Unalive all the time on YouTube, so I feel like that's what we're supposed to say now. I made some attempts where I was going on about it, saying it, and then I accidentally said it, so I'm trying to keep that in mind. Different words not to say. Yeah, but so I was in the ICU twice, ECU once, and I heard nurses oh yeah, she thinks she's addicted to Unalive, and I was and yeah, just in psych wards they all say kind of thing. But yeah, it's thought behavior addiction. It tends to affect people from either childhood. So for me, my earliest memories are thinking, would it be better to be unalive, and that kind of thing and stuff. And yeah, usually people who identify with this, it's usually um comes into their life in childhood or young teens. I think it's people who tend to most fit. There's checklists and stuff you can look at to see if you fit, and I fit basically I fit it to a T. There's only one thing basically in the whole thing that don't fit. It's so some people who fall into this category, part of it is kind of similar to a 13 Reasons Why vibe, which I mean I relate to some of the stuff said, but not really in a way. The part oh yeah, all these people want to see how much they hurt me and stuff, and in kind of daydreaming about people missing you and regretting what they did to you, which isn't really a thing. Aside from if some people knew about that and thought of something they did and were oh, I'll do this to be better, then yeah, I could see that as a positive. But no, I don't specifically want people feel bad or anything. And part of that also too is why I avoid people a lot as well, because I feel like if I'm not attached to anyone, then no one will, and no one's attached to me really. Like more importantly, no one's attached to me. They won't miss me when I'm gone. But yeah, so that's why I'm here. Like I kind of want to put some type of positive contribution out to the world. So I'm gonna like do some stuff, like try to put that out there. So I don't think single-handedly I'm like gonna change the world, but I think like, you know, I believe in myself enough to think I have the potential to kind of have some positive influence, and even if it's like in the end it could be completely like unrecognizable, right? Because if I contribute something and someone else gets some positive and they contribute something and so on and so forth. So that's kind of the idea, and that's the dream really, to like, I have a lot of things that I am passionate about, a lot of things that's important to me. So yeah, if while I'm here I can just like put out some things, like do some things that I think could have lasting effect, that's the dream. And also on top of that, if like I kind of avoid people like on a certain level, I feel like that would also be good, because like I don't know. But yeah, I was gonna make another video talking about this, but yeah, and I'll make more kind of talk about that. But yeah, so like wanting to unalive, I think it definitely is similar to addiction in many ways. Yeah, it's like all consuming. And the thing about it is it makes it harder to do like other things as well. Cause like I have like this strong urge constantly, like a lot of what's described as is like cravings. And because of that, it's like I have to like suppressing that, and to do other stuff is like so much harder. Like I've taken like alpha 2 agonists before, in like multiple alpha 2 agonists, once I've gotten them prescribed. But I become so tolerant to this stuff really quickly. And one of the things it does is it makes me like a lot more apathetic, and it makes me like a lot less motivated. So, and that's interesting, like a lot of it stuff like around addiction, motivation, kind of like obsessions kind of thing, and like cravings, a lot of that can be go together, and with noradrenaline too. So like I'm like so apathetic, like I don't really want to do much of anything. I'm just kind of like, but it's a little bit easier to do stuff anyways in a way, because it's like harder, but it's also easier because like I don't have to suppress that as much, because I can just comes in my head, oh I want to live, or just push it out. But yeah, so like normally if like I have the strong urge like all the time, and a lot of times it's really hard, but two, if it's like down like even like a little bit, sometimes it's like for motivated, it's weird. I can like do a lot of things like really easy, I feel like, more so probably than like a lot of people. I don't know why, but yeah, I think I do. I think that maybe I have like high amount of noradrenaline, whatever, but then of course with like tolerance and like homeostasis stuff, I'm also really sensitive though, I feel like, to other people, to like getting rebound effects to things. So like when my noradrenaline is lower, it like my brain automatically just becomes really tolerant really quickly, which is unfortunate. I mean, it's kind of a lackluster existence, but I was gonna try it out for a little bit. I was gonna try it out to see how far I could take it with having that kind of apathetic thing, and like, whatever, you know, when I was dealing with it, it's like at the same time, like abstractly I can think it was sad, and when I started to become like more tolerant of it, when it wearing off, I did feel a little bit sad about it, but I was like, there were worse things, and yeah, maybe I change my mind when I'm dealing with it, like day in and out for a long time. But yeah, I'd be willing to try it out. But the thing is, I don't even have have that option because I become too tolerant too quickly. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but maybe it's for the best. I don't really think so, but there is downsides to it, but I don't really care. I feel like it's better than the alternative. Honestly, I'd be okay with not being alive, but it's like, it's unfortunate because it's like, you're forcing me to be here, and on top of that, it's like, you're not only not helping me, but you're making it worse, right? You're forcing me into these boxes that I don't fit into. You're forcing these like treatments onto me. Yeah, so I'm gonna make like a few more videos, I think, to try to explain this more, and also kind of just my goals of like wanting to put out information about this, put out just a little bit of stuff on me and my goals, my dreams. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.